Yo, yo, yo. It's absolutely fun. Okay, it's not too bad. I'll take it. Again, you can zoom in on what you want to zoom in on. It's a pretty big video file. Got my free charge. It's 2:21 p.m. for those paying attention. I got here probably about 9 o'clock. Took a little nap. Walked over to the store. Got some real bacon beds. It was labeled as $6.99 a bag, and they only charged me $2.20. I asked them if it was real. What's going on? Apparently the store is closing. Well, they bought Corey's around town. And they still got a lot of stuff in the store, and it's like over half off. I'm like, what? I was kind of a little freaked out when I saw like they had no meat. Like their entire freezer section was just not happening. The car did not make it. It wants to turn right here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But 12.5.4.2, I think it just randomly guesses right and left, right and left. The last time it got out of here by going left first, but this time it chose right. And we don't have backup yet, but it's weird. We do have backup parking. So, I mean, the technology is there. I think right here, go back into drive, it'd be like, no, we're gonna drive. Auto park canceled. I want to go. It has made it this way before, but when it got to here, it decided to turn right, and there was no way to turn right. It's kind of weird. But that's why it's full self-driving, supervised. And oh my God, get up there. Yes, we are very high. A lot of Nevada parking lots have steep entrances to the road. And, man, this poor car has been through hell. When I first got here in Nevada, the first week on the job at Tesla, they were talking about see, think, do. They really want you to think and take action on thoughts. They want smart people, which is one of the things I just love about this place. But anyways, as I was riding to, I don't know why it still wants to stop here. And did it see something and it thought it was a person at the crosswalk? There's no stop sign here. We're going to get into a car accident. Come on. Full self-driving. There's nobody behind me, so I'm not interacting. I'm trying to have a zero intervention moment, or just, having some fun with it. I think maybe it's just because every single 20 feet there's another crosswalk. The car is just not used to all these crosswalks. I don't know. But anyways, back to the story. I saw that the light was was red. As I was driving towards Planet Fitness's parking lot, or wherever the hell I was going that day, to go stealth camp, living in the car, I got a nice bed set up back here. The seats are folded down, and there's nothing in the trunk. I do have an empty section underneath the bed back there for a lot more storage, but because we got the RV going now, so I'm not living in here all the time. I just stealth camp when I go to Reno. It's about a 3-hour drive in this car. If I have a full charge, I can do it in about 2 hours. But I usually always have to stop and charge in Winnemucca before I go to Reno. So back to the story. I saw the light was turning red. It was one of those like 5 or 6 lane intersections. It was just a lot of traffic. I didn't see any reason why I couldn't stop for the red light. And so, I didn't brake hard. I didn't emergency stop. I did come to an abrupt stop, at the stoplight. But I felt like it was no problem. But that's as fast as this car can go, it can almost stop that fast too. So, in theory, the motors can turn both ways. So it can put the energy back into the battery, or it can take the energy out of the battery at that same speed. So, I stopped, and the car behind me could not stop. And it was in January. They just had new tires put on, late January. But winter life in the desert is weird. It gets cold as hell at night, and it can get up to 60, 70, no problem in the day, every day. So, how do you dress? I have wool socks. I have flip-flops. I have sweatshirts. I have shorts. Plus, it gets hot as hell at work, so I'm not trying to wear my sweatshirt at work. But anyways, the car behind me could not stop, and they hit me. And as much force as I had going forward into the intersection after they hit me, I thought for sure the car was totaled. The trunk is still, I think, kind of jacked up from it. But State Farm was just horrible. Absolutely horrible to deal with. They know that Tesla sells car insurance. And they know that they cannot compete with Tesla selling car insurance. So cheap. But Tesla is selling the car insurance so cheap because they know how good of a driver you are. And if you're running in full self-driving, it's 10 times safer than a regular person not driving a Tesla. Now, like I was showing, it was stopping at crosswalks, but if there was a person walking, they had the right of way at the crosswalk. So the car is usually doing pretty good about knowing what a person is. But sometimes it will mistake a tall bush for a person. Or if you go to a graveyard, the tombstones will show up as people. The newer visualizations are showing animals. It'll show a cow as a cow. For a long time early on in the visualizations, it would show a cow as people walking around. Cows are people too. 12.5.4.2 is still struggling with speed limits. It's 70 now, bro. We're going 60. We need to go 70. At least 70 in this road. People go 80 all the time. So I'm gonna give it some gas. See if it will maintain speed at least. it's feathering down to 79. But yeah, when I got out, it wasn't that bad, but it was still like $7,000 worth of damage or something. And State Farm was like, how can it possibly be so much? It's just a bumper. Like, there's magic underneath this bumper. It costs money to put the magic back in. I don't have any proof, but I'm convinced that the car either put itself in neutral or it accelerated to get me, going as that car crash was imminent. Because I was just amazed at how little damage it was for as far as the car was pushed into the intersection. So I don't think the car was completely pushed. I think the car helped. Like, it accelerated as it was being hit to reduce the impact. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. I don't know if Tesla still had that footage. Damn, I wonder if it saved it. I never even looked. All this time I've been never thought that I have footage right there. Alright, so I told it to go 85, and it's barely going 72. Of course, the car knows what the speed limit sign really said, 70. And I think 72 is okay for, your Uber driver driving you around. If you want to go faster, hit the gas, slow down. But let's see what mode we're in for autopilot. We're in chill. Lane change notifications off. That's funny. It says cancel auto steer to disable autopilot. Like somebody would really go to this screen like, how do I stop it? Oh, the car's driving me. Just take over. If I just move the wheel enough, all this just turns off. Losing speed. And they're pulling out in front of me. The car is going to not freak out. It thought about hitting the brakes. It slowed down to 66. It dropped like 3 miles per hour. It still hasn't recovered that yet either. But I know for a fact the Ford Fusion would have just slammed on the brakes. Like, oh no, there's a car in our lane. It's coming right for us. Panic. This car calculated the trajectory, realized we're gonna make it. No need to panic. I wonder if the car would have just came straight for me, what this car would have did. I wouldn't want to be like I'm purposely in that situation, but from my personal experiences with autopilot in general, the car would have taken evasive action and we would have been fine. It would have been neat to see. Like, this car is Knight Rider to like times 10 or something. We're not trying to jump buildings and stuff, but or drive into a semi truck, I guess. But it probably could drive up a fucking ramp onto a semi truck. It would fold the mirrors in and everything for it. Speaking of trucks, you can lease a Cybertruck now for $1,000 a month for the dual motor, or I think it's almost $1,500 a month for the tri-motor. I've told Tesla, people are on the side of the road filling up their kitty litter boxes with that sand from the dunes. But I've reached out to Tesla to try to talk to me, because I set up my Tesla account for the Tesla before I started working at Tesla, because we purchased this car before I went to go work at Tesla. So my Tesla account has a Gmail address to it, and it has to have a Tesla email address attached to it in order for me to get my employee discounts and stuff. Changing it has been just impossible for some reason. I was able to set my Tesla as my backup and my primary is my Gmail, and I finally got to a screen way deep into the app saying, you can't change your email address. Sorry. Talking to support, the support channel just tells you to use the app. Yay! Thanks, support. Fact, yes. Just use the app to change your email address. But the app finally got it there and said, you can't change it. Sorry. I wish I would have screenshot the actual, error message or whatever. But it would not let me update or change my email, my primary, to my Tesla email. So I just need somebody up in the control room that can just be like, flip, there you go, it's fixed. That's simple. Cut, copy, paste. Now it's different. Why is this such an issue? Why is this stopping me from getting my Cybertruck? Number 2 thing stopped me from getting my Cybertruck: my physical address. I sold the house in Michigan. Sorry, everybody back home who didn't like that. Shit happens. Had to do it. That's one way to look at it. But I don't live in Michigan. I've been living here in Nevada all year since January, and all my taxes are gonna go to Michigan because that's the address I have on file, and I cannot change my physical address to a P.O. box. And I do not have a physical address due to Winnemucca's laws and regulations for what you have to do in order to even apply for a physical address. So if there's anybody out there that can help me with this, please let me know in the comments below. Do I need to write my congressman? Like, Nevada, I would like to pay you taxes. I purchased property in full, payment done. I got the well. It was fucking ignorant that the law required me to get a well, because my neighbors say that you're going to need to really do reverse osmosis and all kinds of crazy shit to make this water even drinkable. So I have to get a well. Got it. $20,000 for a well. Man, $20,000 would have bought a lot of water. I could have had the Gordon water guy coming every day. Anyways, I could have bought a huge water container and had water shipped in. Oh man, there's so many things that I could have did for $20,000 instead of buying a well. So the next step is I have to get a pump. And in order to do that, I really want to put a structure around the pump. So a pump house. which we've been kind of struggling with the design for the pump house. I wanted the pump house to be the barn, but Amy wants the pump house to be the pump house. It doesn't need to be anything extravagant, and the barn should be 100% the barn. Like, the pump should be not even in the barn. And I'm thinking I would like the pump to be in a temperature controlled environment. So I don't know. We've been definitely having some issues with the design, and I saw this guy using anchors instead of like J-hook anchors to secure their building to the ground. Instead of using concrete, you can use wood joists. It's cheaper. A bunch of wood is going to cost me about $4,000, and the cement would be probably quicker, maybe easier for me because somebody else will be doing the work. But it's going to probably be about $8,000. Probably twice as much as the wood. So I could have some strong wood joists, a really strong wooden floor, maybe only spacing 12 inches. Go for the industry strongest floor possible, made out of wood, most sturdy. No tornado's gonna rip this thing off the ground. Like, the floor will still be there. The roof might be gone. But I kind of want to move forward with that idea. But anyways, gotta get the pump house, gotta get the pump, gotta test the water to find out how bad it is, how much arsenic's in the water, or whatever the hell's, from these mines that they're every one of these mountains probably has a gold mine or something attached to it. There's a lot of people not liking the mining industry for poisoning water. But we're in the middle of the desert anyway, so like, what did you expect? I thoroughly was planning on just having a water reservoir that I could, filter and temperature control, and I don't know, not spend $20,000 for a well is probably not going to be good. So after I get the well tested and they say yes, the water's good, so they're probably going to say no, the water's not good. I'm going to have to get all this treatment stuff put into it first. Then I got to finally get a good test on the water. Then I can apply for a septic install permit. So then I can install the septic, and then I have to have the septic tested. And after the septic passes test, then I can apply for a physical address on my new property. Well, it took probably about 6 months just to get the well. And we spent probably another month or two trying to figure out what we're going to do with the pump house. At first, we wanted to go big, just make a huge barn, 120 or 100 by 60. But if we go, the biggest I can build by myself is a 40 by 40, according to the Winnemucca building planning office. Anything bigger than 40 by 40 is it's going to require like a contractor with a license. I got somebody on my butt. We're only going 65, so I had to apply some electricity. That's what's up. But place in town that I've ordered lumber from, they gave me some of the crappiest boards ever. And I'm kind of worried that if I order 120 by 20 or 20 foot by, I think the joists are 12 inches, maybe they're only 6 inches, I don't know, maybe they're 8 inches, by 2 inches. If they're all warped and shit, it's gonna be horrible. Because they're gonna be on the ground, they have to be treated. So, yeah, I'll have to do some more research on that. They quoted me $4,000 for 120-foot long wood joists. I didn't ask him about the delivery fee. I probably should have inquired about that. But maybe the quote had all that into it. I don't know. Anyways, since we're having all those issues getting a Cybertruck, and Amy pointed out, you know, the Foundation Series is $20,000 more, and the regular series is available soon, so we waited for that to come out, and that kind of reset my order process. But long story short, we got the lightning flash, and 2 days after we drove it off the lot, the entire sound system doesn't work anymore. And it still just hijacks your phone. Even if your Bluetooth is off somehow, it will turn on your Bluetooth, connect it to the Ford, steal your phone, so your phone calls are not going through the Ford, and you can't hear anybody. You can't hear anything. You play music on your phone, it goes to the speakers, there's no sound. And there's an error that says no sound. And nobody at Ford knows anything about this. No sound? I don't know. These electric cars, they're so weird, you know? Somebody should know at Ford. Somebody should be able to just click a button. Sound is good now. Or, you know, restart the computer. I don't know. So we're going in for a second appointment tomorrow to see if they can fix the sound. And while that's going on, we've already got 12-volt battery errors. All right, I'd like to do a 0 to 60 on this one real quick for you. Stop at this little stop sign right here. Start your timers. Brace yourself. Let's see, we're oh man, we got it good. Pull hard to the left. For some reason, I thought it would keep me going straight without my hands on the steering wheel. I was not in full self-driving. I was just me taking it out. If I put it back in, pretty easy. It's back in full self-driving. I've had several videos that either the camera shut off for some reason, or it was angled at the wrong angle, or it was totally bad afterwards. That's some good information on 12.5.4.2. Hopefully I can reproduce those videos, I guess. We'll see how it goes. 12.5.4.2 is still turning into oncoming traffic. I mean, there's no traffic, but into oncoming traffic lane. If there was a car here in this lane, like I want to set up a Ford Lightning Flash. Came in a little more aggressive than I would have done. I almost hit the brake, but I did not apply the brake. The car did that on its own, but my foot was there. I was like, am I going to have to hit the brake? I don't want to drive by. All right, we got oncoming traffic coming. This would be great. The car on this dirt road, because it's got a side road and a side road right next to it, the car is kind of a bully. Like that car you can see is totally getting over right now, right? Like indicating that it's not going to hit us. And this car is just way too late. acts like it wants to play chicken. So if it would have just got over a little sooner, it would have made me feel better and probably the oncoming traffic feel better. But it will creep over to the left lane of this dirt road, coming and going. And sometimes it will visualize highway like it thinks we're on a 4-lane highway or something, because maybe it's just not used to Nevada dirt roads. This is like an unnamed road, accordingly. But the grader will grade this road, and then it will grade the side road and the side road. And they do this for a fire break. In case that field catches on fire, this field won't catch on fire. Hopefully, is the thought. But that's my speculation. Let me know in the comments below if you know why Nevada does this on dirt roads. Is this a thing that they always do? Is this the only road that's like this? But yeah, so I think that's why it messes up the visualization, and the computer's just trying to figure it out, you know. But when we're going the other way, it will do the same thing. It will creep, you know. I don't mind driving down the middle of the road, but going completely to the left of the road on a dirt road is kind of insane. I would do it if I was trying to avoid a huge pothole or something, but I wouldn't just drive on the left side of the road on a dirt road. And it will even indicate, you know, it knows where you're at. It knows we're in the middle of the road right now. But it just will steadily creep more and more to the left, like it's in Europe or something. See, we're like way into the left lane now. And when you're going down this road the other way to turn onto that road that I did the 0 to 60 on, it will turn into the oncoming traffic lane, and it will drive in the oncoming traffic lane. I had a really good video of it, but it was waiting at the floor. Good job, cameraman. And I was hoping that it would get over on its own eventually, but it wouldn't. It was going to take me all the way to the stop sign on that road until I saw someone coming, and I didn't want to play chicken with a real person, somebody I don't know. So all I had to do was signal, and the car did the lane change, even though it was a blinking yellow, a yellow dotted line on the road. It would not lane change into the left lane from the right lane, but it did lane change from the left lane to the right lane. And I just wonder what's going on in the computer brain. Like, does it know that it's messing up? Why does it think that driving on the left lane is okay there? Does it think that we are still on a highway of some sort where both lanes are one way, even though it's got a yellow line down the middle? Yeah, I'd like to maybe organize some videos with Amy driving the Ford Lightning Flash to see what would happen. I'm positive this car is the primary objective of full self-driving. Do not crash. Secondary objective is get the person to your destination safely. I don't know if it's going to turn in here or not. We're going pretty fast. This might be my first time turning into the driveway. Oh, it's not going to go. Had to take it out. Drag it. Gatling Drive. It's now got to turn left. Put it back in. Here's my property. had 93% when I left Winnemucca, and I'm at 77% rolling in. Home sweet home. Wonder if it's gonna park. Hey, park. Let me know in the comments below. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.